In addition to bringing more new patients, Dental Plus uses its business and sales skills to increase average profits received for each patient. If a dentist wants to increase the rates charged to patients, that raise must come from the patient's insurance companies. Dental Plus developed a sales process that it previously used to raise rates from its insurance companies by more than 20% in just 18 months. It plans to use that process for its dentist partners. Dental Plus has discovered that successful dentists have found secrets that help them increase profits from their patients. Dental Plus already knows secrets that increase a dentist's profits by more than 10% and plans to share those secrets as well as the additional secrets it learns with its partner dentists. Dental Plus has also discovered that when a patient knows he has means to pay for needed dental services, he buys better, more expensive services. Dental Plus discusses financial alternatives with patients before they come into the practice, which reduces patients' stress and increases their spending. At the bottom of this page, we've converted our plans for increasing profits per patient for a $1.2 million dental practice. When we conservatively cut our traditional improvements in half, insurance rates add $120,000, shared secrets add $60,000, and financial alternatives add another $60,000. That improves profits overall by $240,000 without increasing the amount of work the dentist and staff must do. Notice that $140,000 of that goes to what was the $700,000 base practice, increasing it to $840,000 and improving its margins from 35% to 46%. Even though Dental Plus arranged for these profit improvements, they do not share in these profits because these patients are part of the base practice. Notice also that $100,000 of additional profits goes to the growth practice, increasing that income to $600,000 and margins from 49% to 52%. The dentist receives $65,000 of that $100,000, and Dental Plus receives $35,000. This partner dentist, who originally earned $700,000 and took home $245,000 a year, now takes home $695,000 annually. Dental Plus has definitely invented a business plan that does for dentists what they have never been able to do for themselves. That's why 92% of dentists who see this plan choose to work with Dental Plus. Now that we've considered the advantages a dentist receives by working with Dental Plus, let's review what Dental Plus and its franchisees receive. This is an analytical model for Dental Plus's charter franchise. A franchisee may purchase a single franchise unit for only $20,000. Each franchisee who owns one unit receives profits for filling 1/8 of a partner dentist's new patient needs. So it takes 8 franchise units to provide all the new patients an average partner dentist requires. For discussion purposes, let's assume this franchisee buys 5 units for $100,000 to make it easier to calculate percentages of income as we proceed. Each time a franchisee buys a unit, he receives options to buy 2 additional units at the same price, which must be exercised within the next 4 years. That's important because Dental Plus plans to raise the price of franchise units in the near future. This model assumes that the franchisee will use a vendor, Metromedia, that will be introduced by Dental Plus to provide the franchisee's share of new patients. This model also assumes that the franchisee will exercise half the options to buy additional units in the third year and the other half in the fourth year. It further assumes that these options will be purchased with financing, with the franchisee putting 20% down and financing the other 80% at 7% interest. All the other assumptions match the numbers we have discussed earlier in this presentation. For example, the vendor, Metromedia, will provide 2 new patients each day, and each of those patients will spend $1,000 during their first year as a patient. You should also note that this model does not assume that Dental Plus will increase the profit per patient. This top part of the model shows all the assumptions for the entire model. This next part shows the number of franchise units purchased and the number of new patients the franchisee receives profits on through the sales efforts of Metromedia. The next portion shows how the franchisee divides up the income received from those patients. He gives 4% to the franchisor. 19% goes to a vendor called Oracare for creating and maintaining the market with partner dentists. 29% goes to Metromedia for preparing and bringing the patients, and the remaining 48% goes to the franchisee as profits. The bottom part of this model details profits to the franchisee of $25,000 or 25% the first year, $53,000 or 53% the second year, and $98,000 or 98% the third year. Notice that the franchisee's out-of-pocket costs goes up $20,000 in year 3 for the down payment on half the options, and another $20,000 for the down payment on the other half in year 4. The franchisee has all his money back early in the third year. In fact, the franchisee makes more in the third year than the total amount he has spent for franchise units and down payments. If you're tempted at this moment to think this is too good to be true, remember that these are expected results when you own businesses and use smart financial strategies. That's why the affluent buy businesses. By the 5th year, after the franchisee has exercised all options to purchase additional units, the franchisee's total out-of-pocket cost for franchises has topped out at $140,000. By this time, annual franchise profits exceed $150,000, or 1.5 times the original purchase price. It's easy to see why these Dental Plus franchises are excellent small businesses to own. Now let's see what owning one of these franchises can mean to a family. This married couple has acquired some assets as they've progressed through their working lives. They have about $375,000 equity in their home, $178,000 in retirement accounts, $87,000 in other stocks and bonds, and $122,000 in cash and savings. They do not currently own a business. His income is about $63,000 a year, and she makes $72,600 annually. Again, they have no business income. Their retirement accounts, like most, are returning very little, so they use $140,000 to purchase 7 franchise units. By the 5th year, assuming they've purchased their optional units, they have annual income from their combined purchases of $212,000 a year. Further, assuming that an income-producing asset is worth at least 10 times the annual income it produces, this couple now owns a business worth over $2 million. And they did that without using a single dollar from their income. This couple has considerably more assets and earnings than the first couple. They have about $725,000 of equity in their home, $432,000 in retirement accounts, $128,500 in stocks and bonds, and $167,000 in cash and savings. They do not currently own a business. He earns $220,000 a year and she makes $120,000. They also have no business income. They decide to use $200,000 of their retirement accounts to purchase 10 franchise units. By the 5th year, assuming they've purchased their optional units, they have annual income from their combined purchases of $303,000 a year. Again, assuming that an income-producing asset is worth at least 10 times the annual income it produces, this couple now owns a business worth over $3 million. And they did that without using a single dollar of their income. This final example illustrates a sad and all too common situation in today's world. These people are millionaires. They have $500,000 equity in their home, $398,000 in retirement accounts, $215,500 in other stocks and bonds, and $194,800 in cash and savings. Yet they are surviving on only $42,000 a year plus Social Security. They also do not currently own a business. Their portfolio pays them only $36,810 a year, and their savings adds a paltry $5,844 to their annual income. They decide to use $140,000 from their savings to purchase 7 franchise units. They choose not to move their retirement money because it's providing most of their current income. By the 5th year, assuming they've purchased their optional units, they have annual income from their combined purchases of $212,000 a year. They can now live with dignity and continue to contribute positively to their community. Again, assuming that their income-producing business is worth at least 10 times the annual income it provides, this couple now owns a business worth over $2 million. And they did this without using a single dollar of their income. We suggest that you become fully informed about Dental Plus's franchise opportunity. It could make a similar difference for you and your family.